I am a girl, so I have to behave in a ladylike and feminine manner. Now, I both agree and disagree with this statement, but it really depends on what day it is. I'm not saying that I don't behave in ways that are ladylike or feminine, but the dictionary definition of the terms, plus all of the information passed down from generations, is a little outdated. There are many qualities of both the word ladylike and feminine that I embody on a day-to-day basis. Reflected appraisal theory, building a concept of how we think others see us, is reflected in my label by me being not complete opposite of feminine and ladylike, but more boyish. I think I've always been more tomboyish. Even with the clothing I wear, it's mainly t-shirt and shorts. I play golf, so I wear pants when it's colder and skirts when it's warmer. I don't think that takes away my feminine and ladylike presence, because it's just clothing. How I present myself by the way that I engage in conversation, the way that I stand, my posture, body language, and so on, they reflect both masculine and feminine energy, whatever that means. So it's really confusing when people tell me that I should act more girly, in this case more ladylike and feminine. People tell me that my shoulders are too broad and they look too masculine, and that girls should have slimmer figures and pale white skin because that's just what girls should look like. Okay, all right. And that I shouldn't be using heavy weights because that makes me bulkier and more masculine. Look at the, you know what? This is me attempting to flex, okay, with my puny muscles. You know what? I think there's a little progress, okay? Comment down below if you think I think there's a little bit of progress. My actions or behaviors reflect this perception by the way that I act every day. I do not go out of my way to behave in a more feminine or ladylike manner. Obviously, I behave in a respectable manner. My definition of ladylike / feminine is all of the dictionary definitions, but it also includes a lot of masculine qualities, all right? I wish this phrase wasn't a constant thing that was said to me. I don't act out of character when people say this to me, but it just seems like this label's been put on female / women, and that, you know, they should act in a more calm and orderly fashion and keep quiet and keep to themselves and not say stuff and all of that. I don't let it affect me that much, but hearing it over and over again really just makes me want to act masculine, you know? Let me tell you, when I put on a dress, it's a whole other experience for me and for those around me. So, you know, get ready for that. Just recently, it was my birthday. When I went out into the kitchen to show my parents my outfit, my mom was like, "Oh, wow, you look like a real woman now." And I went, "Yep, a real woman, yes." I have nothing against behaving more ladylike or feminine, but I just wish it wasn't that big of a deal, or not, if I acted more boyish. This phrase is part of a constant conversation that I have with my mother. Her perception of me, or at least what I think she thinks of me is, referring back to the theory, you see what I did there? Is that I wear too much boyish clothing, I talk too fast, I talk too loud, I have such a deep tone. Maybe it's just throwing her off a little bit, all right? When I act in a goofy manner, when I'm having a good time with my friends and I'm just conversating with them, she's like, "Stop talking so much. You know, your friends are so quiet, you talk so much." And when my friends are in my presence, they're like, "Oh wow, you know, your friends are all so calm and collected." It still frustrates me sometimes because she still sees the world as pink and blue. All right, where the girls wear pink and the boys wear blue. I reject this statement with confidence. Pretty much, I remind myself to be who I really am and add a little sparkle into my personality, okay? Honestly, we don't have to change for anyone but ourselves. And remember, self-concept is the most important concept. This is turning into a TED Talk. Do not forget who you are, and other people will reflect that same energy back to you. Smash like, subscribe now for more TED Talks. Oh, I gotta do a curtsy. Hold on. Thank you.